Akashic Tribe, I am here. Akashic Tribe, Mayday forecast. Akashic Tribe, it is time. Akashic Tribe, to get aligned. Let's go. Akashic Tribe, May forecast. It is time. It's your boy Akashic. Yes, the wizard. We bringing the codes for us, for this world. It's a time to be alive. We in Taurus season, baby. It's the last day of April, and tomorrow we going into May. So if you guys want to get your notes, if you guys want to get your pens, we about to get it up and popping today. It's some things we need to talk about. We're moving into May, and I want you guys to know what you need to know for May, so you know how to move with the month, so you know how to move with the universe. So before we give this information, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, where are you guys coming in from? Where are you guys coming in from? And what is your sun? What is your moon? What is your rising for today? Because we about to get it up and popping. And before we end today, we're going to be doing some Q&As so we can go to some deep quantum activations. We got DC in the house. Okay. We got Las Vegas in the house. Okay. Where my people at? Where y'all calling in from? NC, North Carolina, Cleveland. We got the Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Sag rising. Okay, I like that. I'm a Pisces sun, Aries moon, Sag rising. We got the Taurus moon coming in from London. We got Belize in the house. We got Texas in the house. We got B-More, Baltimore in the house. We got Phoenix in the house. We got Atlanta in the house. We got Maryland in the house. We got the NYC in the house. We got the Pisces gangs in the house. We representing today. We got the Geminis. It's your time to be alive for today. So we about to get it up, and we about to get it up and popping. So let's get into it. So we're going to talk about the month of May in 4 phases. We're going to talk about the month of May in 4 phases. We're going to talk about the new moon. We're going to talk about the full moon. We're going to talk about the things that's happened to us astrology wise, so we can stay aligned. The reason why astrology is very important for us is because astrology is not a belief. Astrology is a knowing. Astrology, if you look at the word, is the stars, it's the above, it's the planets, it's astronomy. So no matter if a person believe it, it's here. But a person can grasp it and move with it. This is how they can tap into their billionaire frequency. Because millionaires don't look at astrology, billionaires do. So the people who are a little bit skeptical of astrology, I want you just to invite yourself to see the bigger picture of it. Some things that people say, or some things people are moving into, it might not be aligned to you. Take the meat, and that's it. Leave the bone. You don't have to take everything of the astrology. You want to take the things that align so you stay in divine timing. You see? So let's get into this deeply. Phase 1. Phase 1 is going to be from May 1st to May 7th. And from this phase, we're going to be going to a new moon. It's going to be in an eclipse in Taurus. But it's not going to just be a regular, typical new moon. This is going to be a new moon of a solar eclipse. And it's going to be in Taurus. So this is going to be big about a karmic reset. We're going to be resetting. This is a time to value yourself. This is a time to get in tune with your body. This is a time to get in tune with your voice. It's also a time to get in tune with your time. Who are you giving your time? Because this is a big thing of what we're going through in this Mayday, in this timeline. We're moving into seeing our worth and using it as wisdom. So I want to ask you guys, I want you guys to start to even put in a chat. Out of 1 through 10, where are you at in your worth? And how confident are you in your worth? 1 through 10. And be honest with yourself. You want to be truthful to yourself. Where are you at in your self-worth of yourself? And let's put this in the chat. And while you guys are putting this in the chat, I want you to also to dissect. If it's not at a 7, 8, 9, 10, what event made you be that 4, that 5, that 3, that 2, that 1? What is that event? Who is that person? The more you see that event, the more you see that person, and you cut that cord, you unsubscribe, you forgive, you close that door, and you move to a new door. This is how it's going to move to 6, to 7, to 8, to 9, to 10. Because the more you move to that 7, to that 8, that 9, that 10, this is when you speak, when you talk, your vibration will be different. So even if you feel like your self-worth is at a 9, but your vibration of your voice is at a 3, people are going to pick up on this. Why? Because it's Taurus. Taurus is sense. It rules the 5 senses. So you cannot lie because your vibration can never lie. So no matter what you're speaking, make sure you're telling the truth of yourself, because this is May. But May is also the vibrational frequency of the name Mayat, which is connected to mother. So yes, Mayat is also the vibration of Libra in the zodiac, but the more we break down words, we break down names, we understand the origin, then we can see the code. Then we can decode things like the Matrix, you see. Because we are all Neo. We are all Trinity. We are all chosen, you see. We are all messengers. We're just different messengers in different ways, you see. So in this time, in this new moon, the still ones will be the ones that are going to be the strong ones, the magnetic ones, the high vibration ones. So you want to use the time to be still. Be still. So some of you guys are even tired. Some of you guys feel like you need to rest. So rest. Stop trying to rush. Stop trying to perform. Stop trying to, oh my God, I gotta make money. No, we're not trying to make money in instant gratification. We're trying to create wealth. Wealth. I want you guys to tap into this vibration with me. And I want you guys to tap in the chat what you guys feel about this. This is something that I do with some of my clients that I think it will help you guys too. I want you guys to tap into the vibration of money, wealth. Money, wealth. What do you feel when you hear money and then when you hear wealth? I know what I feel when I hear money and wealth. When I hear money, I feel that in my head. I feel that high. I feel that in the air. When I hear wealth, I feel that in my feet. I feel that in my toes. Wealth, I feel more grounded. I feel more embodied. Wealth, I feel a peace. So this is what you want to move into. So if you need to subconsciously shift that, this is something you can do every single day. And I want to encourage you and I want to invite you to do this for at least 21 to 30 days. Because 21 is the number how you can do things and shift into your subconscious way of thinking, and it becomes a habitual habit. So when people are asking you, how are you doing? Say, I'm abundant. And you smile. I'm abundant. I'm abundant. I'm abundant. I'm abundant. Doing that, that's going to shift your vibration and activate your abundance frequency. Because Mayday is the month of money. M. You see, mother. So the key to a lot of our wealth, or the key to what's been stopping the wealth, is mommy. Sit with that. So some of you guys that got money wounds, it's time to clear those energies. It's time to sit with those energies. It's time to cut the cord. It's time to forgive. It's time to dissect that frequency. This is the time not to be action. It's a time for stillness. More still, more quantum. You cannot be quantum unless you are still. How you going to be in the past, present, future all at the same time if you're not still? So if you have a vibration that is hard for you to be still, this is the time to practice getting more still. Because when you be still and you know you are God, you know you are source, you know you are creator, this is when your external reality shift that vibration frequency too. But if you're moving here, 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 you're moving in the mind. You're moving in the man. Taurus is the second house rulership. Taurus is also the feminine. We have to be still. That's the feminine. We have to be. That's the feminine. That's May 7th. That's the new moon. That's the stillness. That's the code. That's the flow for this phase 1. I want to give you guys also a quote that the download came from the Akash to give to you guys. The eclipse isn't ending you. It's ending what's not you. We're releasing the ego identity. And we're moving in our sovereign being. So you want to ask yourself at these times, because this is the Taurus Gemini time. Gemini is also writing. So you want to write, you want to journal to yourself and see, why can I not be still? Why can I not be myself? Why is it hard for me to be my authentic self? These are the keys. These are the flows. This is how we unlock our memory. The more you write, the more you be in that flow. You do it with binaural beat. This is how you get present. This is how you activate your code. That's the writing. That's the spelling. That's how you create your spell. This is how you manifest in this reality. And to tap into a different level of advancement, start writing in the future like you already did it. New moon. This is what you can do. Write in things that you already did it and attract it to your reality. A lot of people think they need to chase. They need to run to their dream. No, you attract that reality. That's the Taurus. That's the Taureau field. It attracts like Spider-Man. It attracts it. Just like Spider-Man attracted Mary J. Haim. It's all symbolism, you see. So this is the time to really integrate who you want to be. How do you want to create? What has your focus? Who are you giving your time and you know that's not aligned? Someone asked, which type of binaural beat you recommend? You want to activate intelligence? Gamma binaural beat. You want to tap into that meditation? Alpha energy. You want to tap in right before you go to sleep? Theta frequency of that binaural beat. You do these things. This is how you activate the hemisync. That's how you activate the left. This is how you activate the right to activate the universal brain, the Aquarius brain, the Aquarius mind. Because astrology is just symbols of the body. That's the temple. That's the church. Pisces, Jesus. It's symbolism of who you are. You are God. You are creator. You created the stars, the moons, the trees, the animals. They are also all you. But you're like, nah. You're resisting. And that resisting will persist. So I want you to invite you to think, be bigger. Think, be bigger. Think, be bigger. Why? Because when you think and you be bigger, your daughter will think and be bigger. Her daughter will think and be bigger. Her daughter will think and be bigger. The more of us do this, this is the grand shift, the quantum ship, the quantum jump, which is the ship, which is the she, which is the Sophia, which is the wisdom. And this is what this month is all about. Mayday. The more you think, you become. It has to come. It has to come. That's the law of repetition. That's the law of repetitive thinking that creates your reality. So this is a time you want to see, what are you consuming? Are you consuming or are you creating? If you're consuming, I promise you that's a reflection of the money. Because Taurus and Gemini is the reflection of money. Taurus is also the energy of body. So if your body is tired, you have to honor the body. If you do not honor the body, it's going to be hard to channel from the body. If the nervous system is not unlocked, it's not going to fully channel what it needs to do or how it needs to flow. This is the key for phase 1. Before we go to phase 2, I'm going to have to change the scene. I'm going to have to change into a different room. Because I believe my wifey has something to do. But we're going to keep change rooms. So while we are changing rooms, I want you guys to integrate. I want you guys to be writing in your notes to see how you need to move in this earthly reality. Okay, we in a new room. So let's try. If you guys can see me, if you guys can hear what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat. Just want to see. Okay, you guys can see me. All right, we in flow. All right. Before we go to phase 2, I want to hit on what this person said, because this is good. thoughts on the 369 journal. I'm interpreting this of you saying the 369 technique. So I'm going to talk about that because this is something that is deep. Doing the 369 technique is going to help you to quantum shift your reality. So if you're feeling lost, you feel like you are in chaos, you feel like you don't know how to get aligned, you feel like you are cursed, you feel like you are in the vibration of broke, you feel like you cannot catch a break, do the 369 technique. How do you do that? In the morning, you write a sentence. Make sure the sentence aligns to 17 seconds. You're going to write this sentence. So I'm going to give you guys something that I used to do, but it actually did not come into this reality because source has something bigger for me. I used to do a 369 technique of saying, I am thankful for aligning myself to the NFL. And I used to say something else. I just don't remember all of it. But I used to say I, but I didn't say I as in I. I said I as in I. E-Y-E. I. To activate the original Ori, I. Saying that I am thankful for whatever you want to do or whoever you want to be. And say it, and you do that 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the middle of the day, 9 times at night. You gonna see. You want to make it a little bit more advanced? Do it with green. Green is money. Green is Taurus. Green is throats. So you doing that, this is how you can quantum shift your reality deeply. So this is the 369 technique. Because when you move by that 3, that 6, that 9, that's the Tesla technology. The Tesla technology, that's the frequency of the Fibonacci sequence, which is the golden ratio, which is the universal code to unlock you to your universal being, your energy beyond your human being. So this is the energy of the 369 technique that I want to give you guys deeply. Now, let's get to phase 2. Phase 2 is May 8th to May 15th. Mercury will be going conjunct Uranus in Taurus. What does that mean? Mercury, communication. Uranus, generation. Taurus, we are going through a different frequency of wealth, thoughts, money, mastery, and voice. So we're going to go to a different energy of how we talk, how we speak, how we express. So the more you sit in stillness and meditation, the more you sit in stillness with yourself and understand yourself and your original authentic self, you're going to see your voice change. You're going to see that confidence open up. You're going to see that sun start to come out. That's what we need to align to, because this is what the universe is trying to get us to see. The planets in the stars are heaven interpreters. So Mercury is a god of communication. Uranus is the god of generations. That's how you move with the planet. I don't care if it's tropical, Vedic, it doesn't matter. If you know what Mercury is, you know what Uranus is, you know these things, you would know how to move with source. You understand the transits. And you see that the transits, you can go into the past and you can go into the future. You would know how to move as source. Because you are source. This is why we all died in this human experience. A lot of people, and a person who used to say this, it hit my soul. And I think what my guys are giving me that they want me to give for this live. Bobby Hemmett said something when I was listening to his teachings. And he said, as a human, you are dead. You are not alive fully. So I had to sit with that. What do you mean by that? I'm breathing. I'm talking. I'm walking. What does he mean by you are dead? I sat with it, and the revelation that came in is you forgot who you are. You forgot who you are. This is the realm that you forget who you are. So this is why we are fragments of source trying to figure this game out that we also created. But you cannot win the game in checkers. You have to win the game in chess. Checkers is more fast. Chess is more flow. Chess is more, you have to sit still, think before you move. Checkers, you no. Sit still. Think before you act. Think. We not in Aries season. We are in Taurus season. If you try to move fast with Taurus, you try to move fast with nature, ooh, it's going to put you on your ass. So you feel like you need to go on your ass right now? It's a reason, because Source is saying, slow down. I'm seeing something deeper. I'm playing chess. You thinking in checkers. I'm seeing something that you're not thinking. I'm tapping in to the sky. I'm tapping to the remembrance. Adewale, even me. I'm like, NFL. Come on, Source. Make it happen. I'm doing a 369. Source was like, Adewale, bigger. I don't want you to use your body. I don't want you to use your body. I want you to speak from what you went through, that experience from the body, and how you became a master of the body, but how you also thought your value was just your body. That Adewale wanted to work out for these coaches so he could be seen, so he could show that he was strong from the things that he did not get from that love from daddy. So I had to go through that revelations. I had to go through that transformation. I had to go through that ego death. That now I even live in San Diego, which is a 619, and I'm born on 319. So this is why it's important for us to know numbers. It's important for us to know astrology, because we know these things. This is the scientific, esoteric technology that God given us for free. For free. So you know numbers, you know astrology. It's going to be something different. Someone say, what is 619? The area code of San Diego is 619. That's what 619. So that brought me a revelation with me being on 319, and this is 619, and 6 is Saturn. 6 is also Venus, and I'm a Venus in Taurus. And this is when I moved here and I met my woman. So you see how these things mean to us deeply. That even my numerology, my destiny number is 7, and my son name is 7. You see how these things are synchronized? And you see how this was Source showing me how I was staying in line? This is how you can figure out how you are staying in line. Look at the numbers. Look at the stars. See what's going on. See what's going on with the moon. This is not no secret blues clues. We need to understand that when you're channeling Source, when you're channeling Creator, that's for everybody. So when people say this ain't for everybody, they not channeling Source. It's levels to channeling, baby. It is levels to channeling, baby. You got professionals, you got masters, but you got amateurs. When you are channeling Source, when you're channeling Creator, they want you to give the knowledge and not gatekeep the information, because the information is about you. Why would you not want someone to be awakened in them? Because them awakening is always also awakening you. So I want you guys to be thinking. Because remember, we live in an earthly reality that John D. Rockefeller created an educational system that said, I don't want a world of thinkers. I want a world of workers. They don't want us to think. They don't want us to be in the who, what, when, how, why. So this is the time to get into the who, what, when, how, why. We got to stay aligned. Who, what, when, how, why. Even me. I want you to tap into the who, what, when, how, why. If I'm resonating, if I'm not, put an X, and that's okay. I'm not for you, and that's fine. But I want you guys to critically think, because the more you think, you become who you want to be in this earthly reality. So this is what Source wants for us deeply. This is a time to tap into mastery. This is a time to tap into your journal and see what is stopping me from being in mastery. What is holding me back? What person, what event, what drug, what am I addicted to? And that don't even have to be a drug. It could be food. It could be TV. It could be your man or your woman. And you know it, but you are second guessing it. Because Venus just hit Aries today. Venus just hit Aries today. So the truth got to come out today. As you've seen from a powerful person in this space, Billy Carson and his wife, they just transitioned from each other. Send them love. And if you guys who are listening, send them love, because that's a hard heartbreak. You know, they've been doing a lot for this community, but that even shows you if something's not aligned, it's going to be released. So now let's get into phase 3. Phase 3. This is going to be the time from May 16th into May 23rd. On May 20th, Sun is going to be hitting Gemini, baby. So when we get into that Gemini, baby, that's the twin. What the heck going on? Can you guys see me? If you guys can see me, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. So let's get back into that Gemini, baby. Gemini is the twins. Gemini is the Mercury. Gemini is the communication. Gemini is the 3. That's the C. Like ABC. 1, 2, 3. You see how it's all connected? It's all connected. It is all connected. Astrology, numerology, they are all connected. It is all a Fibonacci sequence. It's all the golden ratio. Once you know these codes, you're always going to be aligned with source. You're always going to know, oh, am I in my ego? Oh, this person, it's not alignment. It's not divine alignment. You know what? I don't want to go through the lesson with them, so I'm going to stay aligned with divine. So that's the frequency. And someone said there was 111, which is the 3, you see. Even got the things on the time as well, you see. This is how you move as a code of source, a messenger of source. So with us getting back into the Sun, enter Gemini. In Gemini season, this is when you need to be writing. This is when you need to be observing how you communicate. Do you have a block with communication? It's going to come out in Gemini season. So if you are in the negative of Gemini, you're going to see that you communicate from a defensive way of thinking. And if that is you want to give yourself grace and create yourself a technique. This is the technique that I want to give you guys. If you're a person that has a defensive way of communicating, you have a way of how you're communicating that is not in union. You have to create a ritual of breathing and getting in tune to your nervous system and getting in the shower and it not being hot. You need to get a little bit more cold to anchor the nervous system. Get in tune with yoga. You doing these things, it's going to make you to breathe. It's going to allow you to calm down. It's going to help you to release what's in the body. I want you guys to tap into the Gemini of Andre 3000. Don't tap into the Tupac. Negative Gemini. Even though Tupac got some positive Gemini too. The Black Panther and how he spoke his truth and how he was fully authentic. But sometimes he had the song first off, fuck your bitch and you click it. Not that Tupac. The Tupac of the Dear Mama, Mayday. You focus on Mama and you focus on a different level of love with Mama. You're going to see that money start to change. So, another thing that's going to be opening up in this phase. Full moon in Sagittarius. May 23rd. May 23rd, that's 5. What is 5 in the chakras? Throat chakra. You see. So, Sagittarius is big thinking. Sagittarius rulership, expansion. It expands things. So we're going to be going to an expansive way of thinking, an expansive way of living. And if you're not experiencing that, it's something from an event, it's something from a place, it's something from someone that is still in the DNA, that's still in the body, that you have not released and you have not emotionally expressed, Smokey. So we got to get off the weed, Smokey. We got to stop lying to ourselves, Smokey. That person hurt us. We need to go talk to that person. And sometimes we don't even need to talk to the human the person. We need to go talk to the higher person. We need to go to the astral realm, meditation, white space, and go talk to the higher self of the person and speak your truth and get it out the body. Once it releases the body, this is how you get into your divine timing. If you want more money, more things, more creator codes to come through, you got to release the trauma out the body. You got to release that baby mama drama. Even if it's just your mama. You got to release those stories, those narratives that you've been telling yourself. If you are still in those storytellings, those narratives, you're going to feel like, I am trying not to fall off the deep end. I am trying not to fall off the deep end. So if you crying, you like, fuck, I am trying not to fall off the deep end. That means you have not understand the story. You are still in the victim story. We are all in two timelines, baby. You're either in the consumer or you are in the creator. Another name of consumer, victim. You are either in the victim or the creator. You are either in A or you either in B. That's how the world works, baby. You either in A or B. You either doing it or you're not. Not trying. I want to hit with this trying. Because it's part of this full moon that's in Sagittarius. My wife, my son, my daughter, my family. I'm not going to try to be the best man for them. I'm not going to try. Source, I could have left and went back to Source in 2015 in my car accident, and I could have went back to Source in 2 years ago in May. Yeah, it will be 2 years in May. You think I came here to try? No. You think I came back to be small? No. It's for me to do. Figure it out. You don't know? Breathe. Surrender. Be Source. If I need to surrender, talk to Source, talk to the sun, talk to the masculine energy of Source, because sun is the masculine energy of Source. Just praying, you talk to Source. You talk, Source, what I need to do, how I need to flow. If you're not in tune with that inner voice, learn from a teacher. Learn from a teacher. So if you are called to get more into your messenger or get messages from Source, Learn from a teacher so you can get aligned to that inner voice. That is Taurus. That is Taureau. Taurus, it's a quantum net. This is the key. This is the flow that we need to do in Taurus season and Gemini season. Somebody said fasting. Fasting will be a great key, especially right now in Taurus season, because the more you fast, the more you get aligned with the higher class. The more you fast, you release the parasites out the body. The more you fast, the more you're going to clear the mind. The more you fast, the more you're going to stay divine aligned. So I recommend intermediate fasting. Some of you who want to go a little bit deeper, take a 7-day fast. Take a 3-day fast. And release those energies that's controlling you. And some of us, that is our food. So this is a time for truth. This ain't the time to telling people or telling yourself so you can feel good. This is to tell yourself the truth so you can be aligned with the real truth. Not no bullshit. Not no reading. No, we bring in transmissions. That's the key. So we can move into a new train station. To move into a new quantum station. To tap into a radio station. That's the key. So this is what we're going to be going on in this full moon in Sagittarius. It's time for us to speak our truth and stop playing and be attention to details of the truth and not be fire, Sagittarius, of doing that to people. And oh my God, you want to bring the fire and bring alchemy to bring empowerment to people. Not to talk at, not to talk down, to speak empowerment, to activate their flower so they can activate their tree of life. Something that happened to me that someone just said that I want to help you guys to understand why fasting is important. When I was playing football, I was playing indoor football at this time. I was just coming from a lead where I was the defensive player of the year. I had 11 sacks in 7 games. I was going crazy. I thought I was going to the NFL, baby. I had an agent. An agent said I was going to Washington. But I thought I was going to go to Seattle, Washington, so I can go play for the Seahawks. I went to go play for an indoor team. I did not want to do that, but I listened to source. You see? Me doing that at that time, I met a friend named Shu, who's a Libra man. And this is when I was tapping into something new. This is when I was tapping into my 369 and I had my book. I had my book with me. And a friend that I met at the time too, he was like, "What are you doing in that book?" I said, "Nothing." "No, you doing something in that book." I said, "No, I'm not." "Bro, you're doing something in that book." He said something 3 times. I got an oracle reading before that time that said when something happens in 3s, that is something that God is trying to show you deeply. And when I did that, and I said, "You know what? Come to my space. Come to my room." And we talked. I helped him to understand who he was and how he was a king of kings. He was also a Sagittarius too. And with the year of 9, and the 9th it's the zodiac of Sagittarius, you see. And that man Henwa, he ended up transitioning within the next 4 months. You see, it broke my heart. But Source came to me and say, "You awakened him. You brought him the code. You helped him to see who he was, that he didn't want to be here on earth anymore. You are a death doula." Now in my human finite mind, I'm like, "What do you mean? What? Hold on. He got kids. He had a girl. This dude was such a good man." But I was seeing that me just expressing when he asked, I gave him the information. He felt like he needed to be in this reality anymore. So that's the key. That is the key. I ended up getting cut from that team. That after that, I went on a 7-day fast. Because I'm like, well, what if I'm not playing football, what I'm going to do? Me having that 7-day fast, I end up meeting a shaman. I didn't have money. at that time to pay the shaman. The shaman said, you know what? I'm going to work with you for free. Free, that spells free. And her doing that within the next 2 months, I start to channel. Within the next few months, I opened up my Akashic channel. I start saying Lyran, Orion, Palladian, all these things happen to me. And this is when I tap into my shamanic aspect, you see. For me doing that 7-day fast, and then that 7-day fast, I was also seeing how I was addicted to the food, from the taste of the food, of the seasoning from the steak, the seasoning from the chicken. It's not even the chicken, it's not even the steak that I love. It's the seasoning that you get from it. So this helped me to see what I was deeply going through. That after that, I went to a different way of reality. And my life changed drastically. And yours can too, from a fast. So, that's what's going to be going on in that Gemini season. But how you can move and how you can operate when you go through on a fast and you go through a different shift in that reality. Okay, I'm being honest with you guys. You guys said something about pregnancy and fasting. Vibrationally, that don't feel aligned to me. That don't feel aligned to me, because when you're having a baby, that baby need that nutrients. You have to have that nutrients for that baby. If that baby don't have nutrients, I think something would not go good. Unless, so I recommend talking to a birth doula before you commit to doing that, or your doctor. Do not just fast from being pregnant. The baby need that nutrient. It has to have that nutrients. Even my wife, when she was pregnant, before she was pregnant, she only usually eat once a day. But when she became pregnant, she was almost eating every 2 hours. She needed to eat. 7 was hungry. He had to eat. So I want to recommend eating, but eating good. Eat that soul food, not the slave food, the soul food. So that's what I want to give you guys. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is what I pulled through when I was channeling this. You were born to be a messenger, and May is here to remind you. So when you feel like you got these prophetic messages, or you feel like you just want to help people, you want to transform people, you are a messenger. You can be a messenger through music. You can be a messenger through creative art. You can be a messenger through poetry. You can be a messenger through YouTube. You can be a messenger through different things. But if you feel like you are a messenger, May is here to remind you to be that messenger. Now, let's move on to phase 4. Phase 4 is going to be from May 24th to the 31st. This is a time for integration and expansion of your embodied identity. So all the work we've been doing for years, of the shadow work, the stuff we've been doing for months, even if it's for a couple days of the shadow work, you want to see the embodiment of it later this month in May. So you want to do the work. You want to take the time to get aligned with your source code. Some of you guys are also in a solar return. Some of you guys that are in the energy of 27, 28, 29, you're being prepared of what's going to happen when you are 30, which is 3, which is also Gemini, you see. The more you embrace that journey, embrace growing up, and embrace the things you needed to learn from mommy trauma, daddy trauma, it's going to activate your Holy Trinity divinity. This is the key. Yes, May 21st to the 31st. We're going to be becoming something new. We're going to be tapping into our caterpillar. We're going to be tapping into our butterfly effect, where we're going to be releasing being in the cocoon. So some of you guys Even if you are older and you are even about to turn 60, you are in your Saturn return too. Understanding this, you're in a cocoon. You're going to a metamorphosis process so you can bring that wisdom for the masses. We are all here to help one another, to be another level of who we are, so we can remember that we are all source, so we can bring in the age of knowing, the age of information, the age of golden age, the golden timeline, the Yahshua timeline, the Christ timeline. That's why all these things as Yahshua is coming up. Some of you guys will say Jesus, but I will say Yahshua. Yahshua is yes, you are. You are God. That was the message from Yahshua. You are God. You are God. You are not separated from God. You are God. So the more you embrace your godness, you're going to be in a whole nother level of holiness. So Jupiter is going to enter Gemini, and then around that time, Jupiter is expansion, and we're going to be expanding the way we think and how we teach and how we express. And some of us are going to be going into our storytelling. So some of you guys who went through chaos, the chaos you went through is going to help you of what you're supposed to teach for other people in this reality. So you're going to see a lot of people start to teach more. A lot of expression is going to come into this reality of truth. Just like one of my fellow friends that I did love, but he going through some things, Kanye West. Send that man love because he going through some things. So I want you guys to understand why I'm even talking about Kanye West. You see how a lot of truth is coming up that's been unhidden of why he's been reacting the way he has? Because he wasn't fully living in the truth. He's been holding things in his body. So this is why he was expressing the ways he was expressing, and he was talking in a way from a boy aspect. And I'm here to give him grace because he helped me to see a lot of things in myself that helped me to transform deeply. But sometimes he speaks from his boy self because he haven't expressed some stuff of some things he went with some boys. And I'm going to keep it at that. So that's the phases where we're going to be going in these May forecasts. We're going to be going through deep transformations. But how to really integrate these transformations is stillness. Stillness. Sitting with yourself. Not telling everybody your dream. Telling everybody what you're doing. That is not the time for that. The more you tell people the dreams that you have not created physically, it dims it in its physical reality. So get in the habit of keeping your messages, your dreams of what Source told you sacred. So it doesn't dim the creativity of the sacredness that Source gave you deeply. So this is what we got for this May forecast. This is the bridge for us to see our worth and turn it into wisdom. So the people who said, the people who are in the energy of how do I love myself? How do I love myself? How do I love myself? This is what I want you to start doing. I want you to start doing this, but in the mirror. I want you to start doing this, but on your camera, and start smiling and start talking to yourself and start looking at the camera and start looking in your eyes and start talking to yourself and start building a different level of love for yourself, but not for external, for your internal. And the more you keep doing this, the more you're going to find a new flow, the more you're going to find your code, the more you're going to activate your Ori, the more you're going to activate that 7. That 7 is that crown chakra you see. This is when you're going to activate your Orion self, which is the 13th zodiac you see. But we ain't going to talk about that deeply today. But the 13th energy that I want you guys to understand is we're going through a different level of completion of man and woman. We're activating our Neo self and our Trinity self to bring in our God self. In this reality, I promise you this. You heard it here first. You're going to see us fly in this reality. You're going to see different things that people are going to live beyond 100 years old in this reality. We're going to see cars fly in this reality. We're going to be partnering with AI in this reality. And we're going to see a different educational system like Harry Potter in this reality. In this reality, on Earth, yes, that's going to happen in this reality. Why you think things happening with AIs? Why you think all this stuff with educational system is coming up? Why you think people are taking their kids out of school? Why you think people are leaving the Christian church? Why you think all these things are happening? Why you think this stuff with truth is coming out with this sexual energy and this musical energy and all this musical industry and all that stuff? Why you think that stuff is all coming out? Why do they have Black Mirror of cars flying and this stuff with AIs? Why do they have the movie Terminator? Why do they have the movie Matrix? Why do they have these things? You think they talking out their ass? Why do they have the energy of Star Wars? You think they talking out their ass? Who do you think these creators, where do you think they get these downloads from? I want you guys to put this in the chat. This was not a rhetorical question. Where you guys think these getting this from? You think this illusion? What you think Avengers is? What you think Avengers Endgame is? About the quantum reality. What you think that is? What you think Rugrats was when they were babies and they're going to different realities? What you think that is? What you think Power Rangers is when they was talking to that white being? That's the Halls of Amenti, which is the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which was the Akashic Records deity. What you think that is? What you think Spider-Man is? And why did he have red and blue? Why is the woman named Mary Jane? Mary, like Mother Mary, like Virgo. Why do you think that is? They're getting messages from source to wake us up of what is happening in the future in Aquarius. Aquarius is Uranus. Uranus is Aquarius. This is futuristic technology that people been getting since the 1970s. Age of Aquarius, a song. If you guys look up that song, I want you guys to see when that song came out. And they talking about this time right now. And why when you listen to that song, you get an activation that it does something to your body. I want y'all to think about that. Critically think who, what, when, how, why. I don't want you guys just to listen to what I'm saying. Critically think. Star Trek, Galactic Federation. Aquaman, Atlantis. Underwater. It's going to be a time that we're going to be coexisting with beings underwater. Someone say, what's the song? Age of Aquarius. I cannot think of the person who. I can't think of the people. Just look up the song Age of Aquarius. You're going to see some people doing some. They look a little bit more woo-woo. It's like from the 1980s. They got this in the song. It says, let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. Let the sun in your heart. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Why they talking about astrology? Why they talking about astrology? They're talking about astronomy. They're talking about the stars. We in the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Bam. Aquarius. Why is these people getting these downloads? Because they are beings here to awaken the masses. That's what we are. That's who we came here to be. To bring a different level of remembrance. But in this time, we're going to see other beings here with us. And we're going to see it with our human eye. It's only time. But what we have to do, we have to see the illusion of what is fake. What is fear? False evidence appearing real. We have to see those things so those other beings come to talk to us. They come to speak to us. And they start to speak in different languages. They start to speak in different technologies. And they start to speak different languages. Like that type of energy. Some of you guys are the aliens. Yeah, I said it. Some of you guys are the aliens. Some of you guys are the aliens. This is why Andre 3000 and Big Boy have the album Alien. What is it? Alien. Oh, I'm going to just put it in the chat. I don't want to say it wrong. They have a track called that. Atlantis, the 33rd parallel. Why they doing that? Because they remember. They remember. And they want you to remember. Remember. I want y'all to remember. Remember who the hell you are. You are beyond Adewale. You are beyond the blackness. You are beyond the whiteness. You are beyond the ginger hair. You are beyond this highball fade. You are beyond that. You are beyond that. So if you're beyond that, what can you create? What can you do? How can you flow? Harry Potter was about you. But we also need to know the truth. That's why that movie Sinner came out too. Haven't seen that movie. I just know this intuitively. You see. The twins. Gemini. The good. The dark. The Neo. Mr. Smith. The Batman. The Joker. You see the symbolism? The good. The evil. The hero. The villain. You see. This is what Source, Creator, is trying to get us to see deeply. Source do not think in checkers. Source think in chess. We have to understand duality so we can get in oneness. If you don't know the good and the dark, you're not being your whole being. You got to be whole. If you're not seeing the dark, you're not seeing your whole being. So in this time, see your dark. Reflect on your dark. Tap into your dark. What is your dark? And not to have shame, what is your dark? Because the more you see your dark, the more you're going to get aligned to more light. But if you don't see your dark, you're going to be limited in your light. I don't know if I'm able to see sinners. Me personally. I heard some scary things. I'm a big dreamer. I don't know about all that. But if you feel called to go see sinners, a lot of people are saying it's a real gem. But me personally, I don't know about that. So, before we bring people on the live, let me answer this one last question. What is the significance of Spider-Man? Let's talk about it. Spider-Man, what does he represent in superpower? Spider. What is Spider? 9 senses. What do you say? My spidey senses are tingling. That's your 9th sense. But they say we only got 5 senses. That's funny. Yes. Our 5 senses are our human senses. But we got more senses. For instance, why Spider-Man able to see that something's happening 1,000 miles away? Why Spider-Man can... Why can he do that? Oh, my son. Hey, son. You guys give me some time. Have to get my son. Hey, son. It's okay. So I guess we're going to bring 7 on while we're on here. Hey, son. It's okay. That's my son. So, let's get it back into it. With the Spider-Man. Spider-Man is helping us to see that we got senses beyond our conscious way of thinking. Spider-Man is showing us how a lot of us are subconscious way of being. What does that mean? Some of us learn right from left, then left from right. Sit with that. Some of us learn right from left, not left from right. When you learn left from right, you feel like you have to learn the book. You have to learn it from a book. You have to read a book. But when you tap into watching someone who's in body, watching someone who's in mastery, that's moving right from left. Right from left, you learn from rhythm. You learn with binaural beats. You learn with sound. That is right from left. In ancient Kemet times, it's a book that talks about this called Meta Neter. In that time, those beings was right hemisphere dominant. That they didn't need the left hemisphere of thinking. And the left hemisphere thinking beings could not comprehend the right hemisphere ways of being. So this is why our subconscious mind is very, very powerful. Because our subconscious mind rules 95% of what we do. So why you was even drawn to that man is something in your subconscious that's trying to give you that code. Why you met your friend and you like, I feel like I know you beyond your human, because you know them deep in your subconscious. Why you meet that man and you like, I feel like that man's a murderer, because your ninth sense, your Spider-Man sense is telling you that man is off. I should not go on a date with that man. That man got some Ted Bundy vibes. I'm not going. That subconscious way of thinking and that Spider-Man way of living. Spider-Man is also the Spider-Woman, the wisdom, the quantum net, which is the quantum Akashic field, which is the Taurus field. That is the significance of Spider-Man. He was tapped into his divine feminine nature as a man. So this was trying to awaken man to tap into their emotional intelligence, their divine feminine intelligence, and stop suppressing it and stop thinking that it's weak. So this is why a man will come in as a Pisces, or a man will come in as a Cancer, or a man will come in as a Scorpio, or he will have a lot of placements with feminine placements to bring a different level of how to be a man in this earthly reality you see. Or men that only had their mom in their reality and a dad was not there, because they're here to bring a new path of how to be a gentle man and not to be a controlling man through money. If you guys getting what I'm putting down, this is making sense, this is resonating to you, I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat. Remember, this is Mayday. It's time for us to get paid. Paid in full, B. But you got to know who you are so you can get paid, B. If you don't know who you are, you just going to take any money. This is Mayday. It's the time for us to remember. Cell remembrance. Soul remembrance. That's Taurus. And that's Gemini. It's time for to get into our soul and release that society ways of thinking and get out those social constructs. No. Like someone just said, everybody can eat, B. Everybody can eat. Source is abundance. It never ends. We all can eat. But if you have a way of thinking that you can't eat, or you're still creating a narrative or a story, you're going to feel like you are in a continuous time loop and you're going to feel stuck. So how you get stuck is doing release letters. How you get unstuck is going into meditation, going to the astral realm, going to the white space, and bending your reality and cutting that cord, closing that door, and moving into a new reality. That's the key, B. So we all can be paid in full in this Taurus and Gemini season, in this Mayday, you see. So now, let's bring some Q&As on. Let's bring in this new chapter. Let's bring in this revelation so we can move into a quantum jump with one another. All right.
I'm ready.
Yes. I'm glad you are. How you doing? How you
I
living?
am doing so well. I am really doing well. Like every lesson that's coming, I'm seeing the lessons and it's clear. And even if I feel a little bit like, ooh, I'm still just me being able to see it as a lesson is me knowing I'm going to be to the other side of this in no time. And it feels really good. So I'm going to jump to it because I know we've done this before. All right. I am ready to hold the abundance that I resonate with. And I have been doing the unlocking, I have been doing the work. I want to allow it in. I want to hear what you have to say about where I am.
You feel like you can hold it?
I feel like I can hold it. I have been nervous. I have been nervous because I understand that it's a lot, but you got to start somewhere.
Have you went into a meditation where you seen yourself holding it?
Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces.
When you are in that space, what comes up in the body, in the chakras?
It feels like what I always should have had.
Do you know what the next step is?
No.
We had a private session, didn't we, too? Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. That's why I'm remembering so much. Okay.
There's always so much energy coming through as soon as we get on the live, and I'm like, okay, relax, relax, relax.
What is the offering, or what is the act of service that you want to give people now?
My witness. Like when we had talked about me being a life path 5 and that I am to role model freedom. I am to role model yes. I am to role model pleasure and play and allowing. So I had spent so much of my time, my acts of service was to do for other people. And I'm seeing in real time what you were saying. My acts of service is for them to view me as a possibility, as representation of what is possible. I want to hold it because I know that I'm here.
That's what I'm talking about. What you just said, those last sentence, spoken word. This is what I would do if I was you. On
Mhm.
Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, you can choose a platform. Start talking the stuff that nobody
Mhm.
wants to talk about, but they want to talk about, and speak
Okay.
about it. And you can
Mhm.
even start it and just say, I don't know who needs to hear this. And bomb,
Okay.
bomb, 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 bomb,
Okay.
bomb, bomb, bomb. You need to start creating a community. Start creating an audience. Start connecting with people because it's time for you to connect with your tribe, but your community of your tribe. So I feel the next step is start doing spoken word and start speaking that knowledge that you went through experience. I don't know who went through this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but three years ago I went through this and I learned this and I transformed from this. Boom, boom, boom. I know I did this 3 years ago, but I feel like it's this going to help people now. If this resonates to you, comment down below something of that aspect.
Okay.
So I do feel
Okay.
like you need to expose yourself, do content, and show up and just create. I want to say create data, gain data, and see what people need from you being free from you.
And I had been feeling that because I had started with adding some content onto YouTube, and I was like hearing it's the abundance. It's the abundance mindset. You cannot preach to people. You have to embody it. Because once it comes out in the frequency, then they can just feel it. And I had spent so much of my time with words, and I was like, no, I don't resonate with words anymore. I resonate with the feeling. Like whatever I'm saying, it could be a different language, but you can hear, you can feel it.
You okay, son? Man,
Oh,
listen, I want to give you something from what you just said.
okay.
We're not practicing what we're preaching. We're embodying our teaching. We're
Mm-hmm. Embody.
embodying our teaching. We've been through the times with church and Deuteronomy this and God said this and that. No, 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 no. This is not theology. This is not theology. We need to feel it. We need to hear the vibration of what you're saying. We need to feel it in our heart that beyond what you're saying, I feel it, that I feel like I want to cry. I feel like I cannot stop blinking my eye. I feel like I'm about to start shaking. I'm about to start purging. That's you're speaking in
Because then you don't have
code.
to convince anybody.
Correct.
Then their spirit is already telling them. Hmm.
That's how you teach. Tap into frequencies. So what I think would be good for you from what I just told you too, tap into etymology of learning origins of words and give the origin of things, and then that's going to bring the ripple effect of how you even teach even more because you are a historian of words and teaching from words. So the more you remember that, that's when you're going to be traveling, doing it, music, kicking it, living, kids, living. That's what I see for you.
Okay.
All right. Keep doing
All
what you're
right.
doing. I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. Alrighty. Bye.
Beautiful women, beautiful women, beautiful women. Let's see. Let's see.
Hey family,
Hey, family, you back
I'm
again.
back. I'm back. It's been a minute actually. I've been just I got stuff on my face. I've just been out the way, but okay, let me get right into it. I feel like I just need a little guidance. I don't know exactly on what, but my spirit guided me here. I feel like something's gonna drop that I really need.
Can you give me your first name?
Tajera.
What's your relation with your father?
Um, it's decent. We talk. Um, there was some trauma when I was a kid, but you know,
Did you ever emotionally process that?
I think I did. I feel like I dealt with it for so long that I feel like I have a statute of limitations on stuff. Like if I'm dealing with it for longer than like 5 years, it's like okay, get over it.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So at times you would just let me just get over it. You can't just get over something. You have to acknowledge it, sit, cry, express, then move forward, not get over it. Because you getting over it is not being heard. It's going into the body. And now that is in the traumatic body system.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want you to start doing, I don't want to say I want you to start doing, I want to invite you to start processing your things of what you go through and express it. And that doesn't mean you got to go do it to them. You write about it, you cry, you feel the door close, you cut that cord, and then you move forward. And you be in forgiveness and you bring them compassion. Not, you know what, it's cool, it's all right. I'll be straight. I'll be straight. I'll be solid. Nah, B. Nah, we ain't on that. We need to be seen like I see you. And you've been hurt. And I want you to know that what you went through, how can I say this? What you went through was not okay. But I want you to know what you went through was the wisdom that you needed so you can help other people. For people that feel less than or feel lower or feel like something's wrong with them, you can help them to see that's nothing's wrong with you. Stand up, put your head up, stand up tall, stand up with good posture, speak from your soul, not speak to sound logically right. That's the key for you. And that's what I feel that they want me to give you right now.
Okay. I do want to say, what about getting a mentor or something? My mentor went on hiatus for a while ago, and I feel like I would do better if I had intense teaching. Like I love to learn everything about spirituality, and I know a lot of things. I just don't feel like I have the access to learn it all in one space.
When is your birthday?
November 18, 2000.
Okay, let me give me like 45 seconds. I need to tune into something with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oracle. Okay, you do need a teacher because you don't know how to apply the teaching of your wisdom. I want to invite you with this. If you feel called, I would love to help you. I have this thing that's coming up where I'm going to be having something called the Ami Akash, a group course, where I'm going to be helping a group of people learn how to move with their Akashic ability to activate their channeling ability. Or if you want to do it privately, we can do that too. If that resonate with you, DM me. I don't want you to think about the money. I want you just to have a conversation with me.
Okay.
You hear me?
I definitely will. Okay.
I said, have a conversation with me. Do not, I can't have a conversation with me because there's a reason why spirit brought you to me right now. You get what I'm saying? I know how to listen to spirit. Just DM me. Let's have a conversation and we're going to get something going.
Okay.
That resonates?
Yes, that resonates. Thank you.
All right. I'll speak to you soon.
Okay.
Son, what you doing? Hey, son. Hey, son. All right. Let's bring. Ooh. Why do I feel like I know this person?
Oh my goodness. I was certainly not expecting this. How you doing?
Well, expect the unexpected. How
Absolutely.
you doing?
I'm good. Yes. Wow. Peace to you guys.
Peace to you too.
Thank you.
What's your
Wow.
question for
Okay.
today?
Okay. I don't really have a question. I really resonated with the first young woman that was on here about using her voice. And yeah, I think lately it's absolutely been a calling for me to tap into storytelling and the energy of the voice. So I really just would love to hear you and your energy and to feel the downloads that come through.
Tribal woman.
Indeed. Indeed.
Tribal woman. Ooh, yaka na 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 dee. Okay, you got some. Okay, I don't know. You're like a shaman of music. Like you
Mm,
channel through music. You really bring transmutation and transformation for people through music. You're almost like I said, a shaman of music, but you're almost like a producer where you can almost channel people's sound. So I don't know if you felt called for music,
mhm.
but it's something with you in music that is deeply in my vibration. I feel this tribal. You got like a lot of powerful ancestors. You got some connections to. They're telling me to just give you some of your blueprints. You got some connection to the Nelfi giants. You got a connection to a place called, where is this? Where is this in Utah? The Grand Canyon in Arizona. You are kind of native of that land from a different timeline. You got a connection to, what is the Garden of Zion in Utah. So if you ever feel called to go to Utah, it would do something to your to your body and bring some remembrance to you. When is your birthday?
August 19th. Yeah, I know.
Okay, and how old are
I'm
you?
27.
Listen,
In my
something's going to
20s.
open up around 30 years old that you've been looking for since you was about 13.
Mm,
So in this time, 27, 28, 29, really move slow. Move slow, not too fast. Move
mm,
slow. Don't
yeah,
rush because what you're going to do at 30 is what you want to do. What you want to do at 30, doing really integrating and moving slow at 27, 28, 29, because you're going to go through some purge. You're going to go through
yeah,
some revelations. You're going to even see some fun stuff that you like, I didn't even know that was what I was even going through.
yeah,
So
yeah.
give yourself grace at this time. It is
Mm,
going to be some times where it feels hard, but it is training of what you're going to be doing for a lot of women in a lot of women circles.
absolutely. I feel that deeply.
Does
Yeah,
this resonate?
absolutely. Yes, yes.
Keep
Thank
doing
you.
what you're doing because you are glowing. You are a sun being. So you stay in that sun,
Yes,
man.
I will. I
All right.
will.
See you
Thank
later,
you. Peace.
Mr. Sun. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get in the shade. We're gonna get in the shade, son. We're gonna get in the shade. We're gonna get in the shade, son. You want to read some people too with daddy? We're going to read some people with daddy. All right. Fine. Who should we choose? Who should we choose? I like the name. I like the name. There she
Hey,
is. There she
how
is.
you doing?
I'm doing
Good to see you.
amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. First of all, thank you for the sessions that we already had. I feel like there'll be more to come in the future.
Indeed.
Um, it's been great, but I was listening to everyone speak and kind of forgot what my question was. I had a few. I was just enjoying it so much whilst I was creating some sacred geometry. What was my question? Are you picking up on anything? Because honestly, my mind just went beep blank.
Give me a second. I'm tuning in. Have you ever wanted to have a sanctuary?
It's cut. Yeah, it's there, but not anytime soon. I feel I've still got a lot of work to do. I think.
Why is this coming up now? Do you know how to plan for the future and do stuff for in the now?
Okay, so now as you said that, you kind of reminded me what my question was. I feel like my attention is a little bit scattered to the point where I'm thinking, am I like ADHD or is there something there? Because
Okay, that's what it is. So we're gonna break it down in a couple things.
yeah.
One, I want you when you meditate to focus on stillness in meditation. More stillness in the meditation. Two, I want you to see before you leave this world, what do you really want to do? What do you really want to do? How does that look? How does that feel?
For me,
And
it's always to serve and help others. That's always been my calling. I know
yes,
that.
that's
Mm.
perfect, but we need some more how. So part of the going to the serving, you need to see how you're going to serve and then doing steps to get into that comes to the fruition. So
Hmm.
that's what I think for you, because you know you want to serve, but you're like, well, how? I want to kind of do this, but
I
how do
want
I
to be
make
so much.
money?
There's a long list of things, and I'm kind of, we had a session and things came up then, um, from like singing to doing the readings to like other things. And
Hmm. Do you struggle with structure?
yeah,
Okay, so okay, I need to just give me a second. I need to pull this information down in a structured way. So this is kind of more of your blueprint, and you have to stop telling yourself you're not ready, because part of that you are delaying what you already know. So you need to start doing readings. You need to start doing offerings. I don't care if it's for one person, two people, or three people. Don't focus on how everybody else having all these people and money. You just need to help one person and then help another person and then another person. So I want you to have a script, a foundation of you're going to be a reader, you're going to do singing, and then two other things, and that's it. We're not focused on nothing else. Now, if it come in the field and it's momentum, boom. But we need to focus in that energy, and that's going to help you.
okay.
Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does. Because just this Saturday, I was thinking I should kind of put a post out on Facebook, like a local group, and gather women and kind of take them out on a walk in nature, where then I feel like I can make some connections because content creation is still a little bit, oh, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, and
And I
and
love
that's
that
why
in
we're saying
person.
we're not talking about content creating. We're talking
Mm,
about getting out there and putting yourself out with people first, and then the content will come when it comes. And I also
okay,
want to tell you, with the content, you have to just get out there. I learned this when I was a salesman. You cannot read a book to knock a door. You just got to go knock the door. You just got to go pick up the call. So with you, with the content, you just need to get like this and talk, and not think about the likes or the comments, and just talk.
okay,
That's it.
okay,
People want rawness. They want to hear your soul. They want to see your smile. They want to see your sweetness, and that's it. And allow your child to be seen. That's it. Does this make
okay.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
So trust yourself. and everything will come in alignment.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
All the best. Take care. Speak
You
soon.
too.
Bye.
All right, we're going to bring one more person on.
Hi.
Hello.
I was it doesn't matter. I just stepped out the car for a second, but how are you?
I am amazing. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really good. Thanks for bringing me on.
No problem. I feel your energy like, nah, I gotta get this. I gotta get this.
Yeah, I've been feeling that. I've been feeling that for sure. Just being open.
How what is your question for today?
So, one of the things I've been really thinking about lately is that I feel like I have a lot of power, but it feels like I'm in a holding pattern, right? Like it feels like things are kind of organizing and shifting, but I'm trying to understand if there's some place that I am not allowing. I've just been, finances have been tough. And I know I'm good at what I do, but it feels like a complete reorganization that I'm not clear on.
What do you do?
I do shamanic work. I'm a medicine space holder, a hypnotherapist. Um, so yeah.
Not a lot of traction.
It feels like it's been really quiet lately. Like it almost feels like, am I supposed to be doing something differently? I'm just asking myself those questions, but it feels very quiet.
It's something more that's about to open up, I feel like, in your body. Um, it's something. Can you tell me your birthday?
22077.
Pisces.
Yeah.
Okay. One, it is some stuff that I just picked up. I will respect your space. I will not talk about this on here. So,
Okay.
one, I want you to DM me right after this. We're going to have a session.
Okay.
First, I want to give you is this. It is some stuff that you have not processed from some different timelines that you need to process so you can bring more of what you came here to bring in this heaven on earth timeline. But you haven't been able to process it, and consciously you do not remember it.
Okay. Thanks, Seven.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been getting like downloads about other lives that I've lived that I've been reconciling and have had to forgive myself for. And I've been punishing I had a download that I've been punishing myself because at one point I had wealth, but I used it in terms of control. I would take advantage of people and I would do all that. So now it's about like, no, I'm different now. I could use my wealth in a different way, but I've recently uncovered that I've been punishing myself for what I did to other people.
You are absolutely correct. It's some other things that I don't want to talk about it here because I want to keep that energy of yours sacred.
Yeah.
But you, it's another tier of your shamanic aspect that wants to come through, but we need to actually awaken it so it can come through.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll see you soon,
All
Miss
right. I'll see you.
Pisces friends.
Appreciate you. Salute.
Hope you guys love this live. I hope you guys got some good insights on this May forecast and these Q&As that we done today. We had a special guest named Seven that came here today. I want to bring you guys awareness that I will be doing a Akashic group course on May 19th. If you guys are on my email list, Some of you guys are already on the wait list. If there's something that resonates to you, if you guys want to go to my website and you go and subscribe to my email, you guys can get on the wait list, and I will be having something around May 11th where I'm going to have a discount for it too. So if this resonates to you and you want to activate more of your gifts and activate more of your channeling, I would love to work with you guys. I also want to give you guys a really use this stuff that I gave you guys today to really know how to move for this May, because if you do this, it's going to help you stay in divine alignment. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye from 7 as well.